I never imagined the night that was supposed to celebrate everything I had worked for would turn into the most humiliating moment of my life, until the most powerful man in the city walked in and changed everything in a way I could never have predicted. But to understand what happened, I have to take you back a few hours. The Grand Lexington Hall looked like something out of a movie: massive crystal chandeliers, gold-trimmed walls, velvet carpets that swallowed the sound of footsteps. Tonight was the Annual Humanitarian Awards Gala, the biggest event of the year in our city. After 8 long, exhausting years at the Hope Bridge Foundation, Mia Carter was finally being honored for my work. I had rehearsed the moment in my mind so many times, walking in confidently, greeting colleagues, accepting my award, maybe even giving a little speech. But the moment I stepped into the hall, reality hit me like a punch to the chest. Standing near the entrance, dressed like royalty, were the last people I ever wanted to see: my ex-fiancé Eric, his mother Linda, and his new fiancée Chloe Anderson, a woman whose family had old money, new money, all the money. Chloe spotted me instantly. She lifted her champagne glass and took a slow, mocking sip. "Well, would you look at that," she said loudly. "The charity girl actually made it. Did someone donate her, right?" People near her laughed. My throat tightened, but I kept walking. When I reached the check-in table, the coordinator looked uncomfortable. "Your seat was moved," he said. My name was supposed to be at table 4, right near the stage with the other honorees. Instead, I found it scratched out and replaced with table 37, all the way in the back corner of the hall, behind a giant decorative column. I didn't need a detective to guess who did it. Eric walked by, smirking. "Just sit quietly back there," he muttered. "Don't cause a scene." Linda added, loud enough for 2 nearby tables to hear, "It's embarrassing she even showed up." I swallowed my pride and walked to the back. The hall filled quickly, servers carrying trays of appetizers, guests laughing, the soft hum of music in the background. At every table, people were enjoying wine and food. Except mine. My table remained empty. And no server came near me. I sat there for nearly 20 minutes before a waiter finally passed close enough for me to wave him over. He nodded and headed my way with a plate. But right before he reached me, Chloe stepped in front of him, blocking the tray. "Not for her," she said sharply. "She's not a guest at our table. She's, well, background." Linda added in a loud, thick-sweet voice, "Sweetheart, you really shouldn't beg for food. It looks desperate." The laughter that followed felt like a slap. My face burned. My stomach twisted. I stared down at my empty napkin, trying to steady my breathing. I told myself to stay calm, that the night would get better. But the truth was, I wanted to disappear. And then everything changed. The music cut off suddenly, like someone had ripped a cord from the wall. The enormous double doors opened. Every head turned. A tall man in a tailored charcoal suit walked in. His posture alone demanded attention. His silver streaked hair, sharp jawline, and cold, focused expression made him look like he stepped out of Forbes magazine. Whispers rushed across the room. "Oh my God, that's Nathan Hale. The billionaire? What's he doing here?" Nathan Hale, the CEO of Hale Industries, the man whose decisions could make or break entire companies. I had only met him once. Months ago. He had quietly donated $2 million to the foundation and vanished before we could publicly thank him. He wasn't the type to attend events. But he walked straight toward me. Past the honored guests. Past the city officials. Past the tables filled with wealthy donors. Straight to my table in the back. He stopped in front of me and said, In a voice calm but impossible to ignore, "Mia. Stand up." I froze. "Mr. Hale." He extended his hand. "You shouldn't be sitting here. Come with me." My legs shook as I placed my hand in his. He helped me up gently, but firmly, and guided me through the hall. People whispered. Some stood. Some stared with wide, stunned eyes. We walked past Chloe, who looked like she had swallowed ice. We walked past Eric, whose jaw had dropped so far it might have hit the floor. We kept walking until we reached the stage. The host stepped aside without question. Nathan Hale took the microphone with the confidence of someone who had never been told no in his life. "Good evening," he said, his voice filling the hall. "Before this event continues, we need to correct an injustice." The room went still. He turned slightly and gestured to me. "This woman, Mia Carter, has dedicated the last 8 years of her life to serving this city. She has saved lives, brought relief to families in crisis, and protected the integrity of the Hope Bridge Foundation when no one else could." Chloe shifted nervously at her table. She knew what was coming. Nathan continued, "Months ago, a fraud scheme targeted the foundation. Someone forged documents, created fake invoices, and stole charity funds. Mia discovered the truth and protected the foundation quietly so its reputation wouldn't suffer." Gasps echoed from every direction. "And the individual responsible," Nathan said, opening a sealed envelope, "is Chloe Anderson." Chloe stood up abruptly. "That's not true. This is ridiculous." Police officers who had been waiting near the entrance stepped forward. One officer said, "Miss Anderson, you are under arrest for charity fraud and identity forgery." Chloe screamed, "Eric! Help me!" But Eric stepped away from her, horrified and ashamed. He turned to me. "Mia. I didn't know." I looked him straight in the eyes. "You never cared to know." The officers escorted Chloe out, her heels clicking against the floor as she tried to yank her arms away from them. The room buzzed with whispers, about her, about me, about Nathan Hale publicly siding with me. After the award ceremony finally wrapped up, Nathan walked with me toward the exit. Outside, the cool night air felt like a relief after the suffocating atmosphere of the hall. For a long moment, neither of us spoke. Then Nathan turned to me with a sincerity I didn't expect from someone like him. "You deserve better than what happened in there," he said. I blinked back tears I didn't want to shed. "Why did you help me?" He held my gaze. "Because I see people clearly. And you're one of the few good ones. You protect people. You save people. And someone needed to do the same for you." I felt something in my chest soften, something that had been hardened for years. He continued, "You don't have to fight alone anymore." His hand hovered near mine, giving me the choice, not pulling, not pushing, just offering. And for the first time in a long time, I allowed myself to believe that maybe, just maybe, the world still had people willing to stand by me. I took his hand. Sometimes the night that tries to break you ends up being the night that finally sets your life on a different path. A better one. One you didn't see coming.